Hello everybody, it's June here, June Angel Pews. Just come to you today with a couple of things that I've made for friends and such. And what else? Bits and bobs really, things I just want to sort of tidy up from last time we spoke. And I wanted to show you some paper, and I want to show you a little doll that I've found, and I wondered if anybody knows what it is, what name, anything. I'm sure I've asked you this before, but I'll try again. When we come to it, I'll tell you more about it. So let's move that there. My name. That was done by Anne, which is Trisha, Little Shabby Chic. That's her mum. Oh, Anne, what's your... Here I go with my silly mind with your YouTube name. Nana Crafts, I think it is. So that was that. Okay, so the first things I have made, actually I made these a little while ago and I've been giving them as presents, and they're felted soaps. Now I'm not even going to try and do a tutorial on them because there are hundreds on YouTube. Just look up, my brain's not working at all this morning. Got up bright and early to do this. Just look up felted soap, and they're lovely to do. So easy. It's just a matter of putting the various fleece. What's it called now? The wool, merino wool, and you wrap it around the soap, and then I put a pop sock over it, something to keep the merino wools in place while you're felting it. And what you do is literally, there's your soap, there's your merino wool, like my wing, another cheapie, and then the stockinette, tight stockings, pop socks, whatever, and then gently you start rubbing in with hot or very warm water all the way around, being careful that it won't go sort of bombing off everywhere, just to build up a nice lather. And all the time you're doing this, and I mean you can go like that, you can pretend you're washing your hands, you know, when you get it actually sticking to the soap. If you do that too soon, it comes off. And what's happening is all these fibres, I should have got some merino wool for you to see it, but again, if you go onto YouTube, you'll see what I mean. All these fibres are knitting together and creating, at the end of the day, this soap. It lasts forever. I've had one in my bathroom now, on the bathroom, on the little sink, the hand bowl, for nearly a year now. And I'm nowhere near through it. But when it is finished, you can split open with a little pair of scissors the top, put another piece of soap in, similar shape, doesn't have to be exact, and then do the same again. To seal that little bit up, you rub it around with your hands. And I just thought they make lovely little gifts, you know. I send them out with a little instruction sheet. Did I send one to recently? Oh, Jeanette in Australia. Scrapping Happy XO, Happy Scrapping XO. Scrapping Happy XO. I hope I'm right. This is here because this is from Olivia Hernandez. She sent this to me, you're bound to recognise it, sent this to me with her banner, her entry for the challenge. And I mean, I obviously looked at it and admired it. Now, I remember showing you it, and I knew it was made out of a paper bag, but it wasn't until, I don't know, a week or so ago that I actually looked at it again and admired the paper, actually. That's what I was doing. Read the message again and realised, yes, it was a paper bag, but how she'd done it was ingenious, because she's took the base, I don't know whether I can show you. She took the base and sort of folded it back on itself, so it's presented a pocket there and a big pocket there. So isn't that lovely? So the little cards that I got with banners, I'm going to put them in there as a memento. It's usually in my craft room, this is. So thank you, Olivia. Thanks ever so much, darling. I love this. I think it's beautiful, and what a good idea. Okay, next thing. This has been made a while. I broke the leaf on it the other day. I've got dozens of tiny miniature cups like this in my loft. I just haven't come across them yet. And it's literally just a little thingy. I mean, mine's got a little cupid in there, little angel. Gonna focus. No, my hand's not still enough. And she's holding a crystal, and then I put a real leaf in with a bit of bling on, some moss there, some beads there. And I just thought it was a nice little gift, and I think I've got a couple somewhere. I will try and find them. They're jugs there. They're miniature jugs, but they're not cup and saucer. That I've made into little pincushions. So I just thought, you know, if you find anything like that in the charity shops, or just a nice little something. Can I just show you what I'm sending a friend of mine? I feel so bad about this. I said to this friend that I would send her this as part of her challenge that she had at Christmas. And you know what life is like, it takes over, doesn't it? And I forgot. And then when I did do it, I had to stop doing it, and various things happened. Well, at last it's ready. So it's a matchbox that I've altered, you know, a little bit like I did for Janet for her Christmas tree last year before last we did it, didn't we? Oh, I don't know. So I've just put a little bit of velvet and then some lace on the top. Made a little, this is a Trisha flower. Hi, Trish. Tiny one there with a little crocheted flower there. And some acrylic beads, both sides. Something to hang it up with there. But that was a little key ring that I've just made as the dangle. It's not very good, is it? The, what do you call it? Focus. Not very good at all today. I'll have to look at it. And that's the inside. That's one of Lily's. She makes these herself. Hi, Lily. Her art tiles. This one says, keep calm and travel on. And then this is muslin, acrylic again, a couple of pearl sprays. So that's it. So that will be winging its way pretty soon. And you know, I must show you this before I forget. Do you remember at Christmas? I had that wonderful swap with Jeanette. You're getting a few calls today, Jeanette. Oh, gosh, I had some amazing things. She did, for me, autumn. We had to do 15 items on different seasons of the year. I chose autumn or the fall. And And I wish I hadn't have chosen it really for Jeanette's sake, because I mean the colours and everything, she was marvellous how she coordinated them all. They're fantastic. But I'm sure she would have had to buy everything, you know, and make everything completely new, because of course she does a gelato, as we all do, in creams and whites and pinks and blues sort of thing. Peaches. So sorry about that, Jeanette, but I know she was pleased with her swap, so, and I was over the moon. But there was one part we had to make or send a candy bar, and mine was wrapped up so beautifully. Here it is. It was wrapped up in and that lace. Oops, sorry. Those flowers, which I adore these. And that then, she labelled everything candy bar, much better than me. And then this beautiful stick pin. And I thought, I can't open that before Christmas morning. So Jeanette said exactly the same. She would do the same with mine. So she did. And she was very organised, you see, and showed you what chocolate she'd got, etc. straight after Christmas. I'm in, February now, and I'm just showing you. So thank you very much, Jeanette. I adore dark chocolate, and that was espresso. There was a little bit left. Espresso crisp flavoured dark chocolate. Oh, it's gorgeous. And it's dark chocolate, Australian made since 1935. So bless your heart. Love that. Oh, love that. Super duper. Another card I want to show you, which I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, I'm sure. And this is from Bonnie. There's Bonnie's. Do you remember she sent me the banner? And then with that beautiful ballerina on, because Bonnie knows how I love the theatre and the ballets and the musicals, etc. And she sent me this gorgeous Christmas card. Well, card. And it's from Graphic 45, isn't it? I think I'm right in there. Not good on my papers. Nutcracker Sweet. And it's all dimensional. Oh, excuse me. And most fabulous stamp inside. Isn't it gorgeous? I never find things like that. Beautiful. So thank you very much. I love this. I'm keeping them all out, you know, these nice cards. I'm not going to tuck them away. Ooh, I'm all hot and bothered. I've got a one-suit on, a onesie. Ooh. Right. Right, so thank you very much. That is superb. Wanted to show you some paper I picked up. And it's Marianne Design. Pretty Papers block, Romantic Journey. This is just a 6x6. I'm hoping I can get the big ones because it's fabulous. See? That's balloons, the Eiffel Tower and the couple, and script there, and it's, oh, it's gorgeous. And then you've got a coordinating block there. Isn't it lovely? Then you've got a Japanese couple. There's a couple down there. The blossoms. Script again. The mountain top. Isn't it fabulous? I love it. Let's see what the coordinating one is for that. That's the, oh, it's gorgeous. I don't know what sort of green. Very pale green and browns. Lovely. My battery's flicking again, so if I go off, don't worry, I've got a couple more emails. A couple more videos to do yet, so I'll come back to you. Don't worry. Then this is another one. I can't see a couple on this one, but it's beautiful. Look, the windmills in Holland, I'm presuming. Look at that sky. Sorry about the shade. Isn't it fabulous? I'm going to scan that and use that as a background, as the start of a background. We'll talk about backgrounds in one of the videos later on. You'll be intrigued by one of the things I've started. So that's that, Holland. That's the stairs to, I always say the stairs to heaven. There's the couple again. Little parasol or an umbrella. The birds there. Gorgeous. Isn't it lovely? There's a coordinating paper to that. Excuse me. I don't know where this silly throat has come from, I'm sure. This is nice, like the French chateau, isn't it? And the French lavender fields. I adore lavender. Use it for everything. Bake with it. Eat it. Put it on my body. Use it to sort of get me to sleep and relax me. And oh, I adore it. There's nothing like it. That's the real aromatherapy oils I use. There. So I just thought I'd show you that because it really is a lovely, lovely paper. Okay, so if I've got time, I'll show you this doll. I collected dolls, you know, I collected everything, didn't I, years ago. And I collected dolls, and I sent for this one because it was quite expensive, but it was drastically reduced. And I could see why when I got it. I don't know why I didn't send it back. Perhaps it was a no returns thing. But this is the little dolly. Oh, is it a doll? I ask myself. I'm holding her like this for a reason. The way she is... Can you see? She looks a bit like the baby still in the mummy's tummy. She's sort of curled up. But she came with the red thingy, and she came with a red skirt, like a little, similar to this. And I don't know what happened to the skirt, but it had been cut off. I can't see me doing that, but nevertheless somebody has. And obviously it hangs up, look. And I'll put my hand over there because, my finger over there I should say, it's a very explicit, I think, for a doll, female, you know what. So I just wondered if anybody knows the make of it, knows anything about it at all, just so I can look it up. I mean, it's a real newborn type face, isn't it? Odd little thing, but just different, and I'd like to find out something about it. I say I might have asked you this before, and if I did, I'm sorry. But any doll lovers out there, if you can find anything, I'd be really grateful. Okay, so that's that. Have I got time, I wonder, to show you this? We'll try before we get cut off. These I put together, again, a while ago, I think when I was confined to bed at some point. Excuse me. These are crochet hooks, and all my crochet hooks are antique, stroke vintage, because you know I don't, if I'm talking about a vintage style, you know, that, let's say that's in a vintage style, you know, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it's a vintage style, it isn't vintage. Vintage, when I talk about it, vintage is, unless I say it's vintage style, vintage is over 25 years old. No, have I got it wrong? Is it 50 years old? I think it's 50. Yes, I'm sure it is. I think I've got the 25 wrong. I'm sure it is. 50 years old for vintage and 100 years old, you all know, for antique. Okay. So this is this crochet hook, you know, is vintage stroke antique. And I just loaded onto it some of my beads. I've got millions of beads that I've collected over the years. Do you know, I can't get over this camera. It's not focusing at all. See it against that, I wonder. A lot of them are old, but I can see that one. That's quite modern, if I remember rightly. But a lot of them, or most of them, are vintage. Real vintage. And then I just put a couple of laces on. And they were just, I think they were supposed to be, when I made them, I think the idea was for it to be sort of a fairy's wand. It certainly was nothing to do with, you know, the fantasy world, that, you know, the dragons and all that lot. It was nothing to do with that. And I've got, oh, I don't know, about 8, 10 of them. So bit by bit, I shall be giving these away to people. Okay, that's that. I'm looking around now to see what else I can show you before we go on to the next one. Well, we're on 21 minutes and I'm sure we're going to stop any second. So I'll go off now and I will be back very soon with another video. I've got a couple more things to show you that I've made, and then I've got some exciting, well, I think it's exciting bits to share with you. All right, see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.